What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Santa1 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Voyager Class Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. And oh my word, I cannot even tell you guys how excited I am for this figure, okay? This figure, when they released the images for it halfway through the year last year, I was stoked. I was like, yes, new Sentinel Prime, let's go. And then they told us when it was getting released. Now. So, very slightly disappointed on the fact that I had to wait till now to get it, but it's okay. Anyways, y'all know the rules. We don't take a look at this first. We take a look at the packaging, and the packaging is very bare bones, as the Studio Series lines have line and all the other sufficient lines have kind of gone that direction. So, oh yeah, by the way, there's toast hair all over the box, so I apologize for that. But anyways, we do have said box, and we get a nice image of Sentinel right here. We get a very nice, like, round the box image of him here, which I do quite dig. On this side, you got Sentinel Prime, and you got the nice Studio Series logo down here. I like how we finally have the plastic screen on the packaging again. So, anyways, on the back here, we have how Sentinel Prime looks in his robot mode, his attack mode, and his jet mode. So, we have all of that going on. And on the back here, it says Sentinel Prime is a leader of Iacon City and fights to save Cybertron from the Quintessons, which, yeah, I'm going to leave that out to debate for everybody for a little bit. So, anyways, now that we've taken a look at the packaging, we can take a good look at the figure, and the figure looks amazing. Oh, dude, this figure just blew my mind. Still blows my mind right now. Like, the way that it just so perfectly engineered everything, and how everything is just so properly done. Everything on this figure feels right. So, yeah. So, anyways, we will get him into robot mode, then we will get him into attack mode after we've done scale comparisons. So, yeah. Anyways, so let's get into scale comparisons anyways. So, here he is next to the Studio Series Transformers 1 Hemsworth Prime. Here he is next to Megatron. And here he is next to Bumblebee. Alright, so, because those are the only... nah, we don't need... Do we want to? Yeah, I think we will do it anyway. Here he is next to Quintesson High Command from the Prime Changers line. And here he is next to Prime Changers Alpha Trion. Which just means they're all deluxe class, so, you know. Alright, now let's get this stuff off of him, and we'll take a quick look at the shield, and we'll take a quick look at the guns here, because he does come with these out of the normal packaging here. So let's take a quick look at these, and in order to do this properly, you're going to want to take these and have these tabs facing the outside of the shield, so that way it can complete the silhouette like that. So there you have that, and that's pretty much what the shield's going to look like, and it's got a little slot here where things can be done, so we will show that off here in robot mode. So anyways, now that we've taken a look at that, we're going to get into this. So this is a bit of a weird one. First thing you do is take these little wings pieces here and just collapse them downward, and then you're going to come to these wing section pieces here and just kind of bring them up a little bit, and just do that. Then you're going to untab the arms. There's a little slot here that goes right into this tab. And then you're going to unpeg and untab it from here. This piece right will go up there. So do the same thing on the other side. Untab the arm, untab that, and bring all of this up. And this is all just going to tab in together. There are these little grooves that are going to line up into these tab slots right here. So Just line all of those up like so, and they will just kind of thoop into place like so. Then you're going to take these, just kind of collapse them up like so, and that's where the arms go. Do the same thing on the other side. Just collapse those up, and there you have that. Now we're going to come to this back section, and we're going to just kind of loosen up the wings here. Do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of loosen them up and bring this whole thing up like so. And this is just going to loosen it all up and bring it up to a point where it'll just kind of accordion up into the backpack. So then we're going to take the nose cone of the jet, and it's just going to slot right over this tab like that. If I can get it to do so, there we go. Do that, and then make sure these wing pieces stay up like that. And then we're going to do this. Then we're going to split the legs, fold down the toe, bring this heel piece open, flip in the jet piece, or flip in the jet, and fold it up like so. Do the same thing on the other side, and fold this all up in there, fold that up, straighten it out, and let's keep it even more straightened out like so. And there you have Sentinel Prime in his robot mode. And before I forget, I need to put this into the slot here. There. So that way it looks more complete. There we go. Now, there is one accessory that I really wish they would have given us, which would be the sword that he uses in the movie, which, if you guys don't know, he does use a sword in the movie. They took a lot of inspiration from the Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime for this. Take note, the jet mode's not what was inspired by it. The attitude, the character, the shield, the sword, the betrayal of the Autobots kind of deal. They took a lot of inspiration from from Dark of the Moon. So, anyways, that being said, let's get him into scale comparisons, and then we will get him into his battle mode, and then we will bring him back as we are getting into the final thoughts, and then we shall rank the figure. So, anyways, here he is next to Studio Series Hemsworth Prime. Here he is next to Studio Series Bumblebee. Here he is next to Megatron. Here he's next to Prime Changers Quintus on High Command. And finally, here he is next to Alpha Trion, the Prime Changers Alpha Trion. So, there you have that. Alright, so let's get him into his battle mode as we're getting into the final thoughts. So, something I gotta say that is pretty cool about this figure is I'm very glad that they even bothered to do certain things with this figure at all. Like, they did not have to do, like, a lot of things with this figure. They genuinely did not have to do, like, a lot at all. But they did. They chose to do a lot. So, I'm going to shift this down here like that. Then we're going to take this piece, and it's going to stay back on that. It's going to go back on that peg there. Let's rotate the arm around one more time here. It's going to go down on that peg here, and then we're going to flip this piece open, and then we're going to flip up this mask, which I think is dope they even bothered to give him a mask, because he did have a battle mask in the movie. So, and then we got that going on, and then we've got this piece that's supposed to go up in the air like this. So, yeah, this is supposed to go there, and then this one's supposed to go up like this. So, at least that's what it's saying here in the instructions. So, yeah. But let's tilt these down, because that's what this is saying. Oh yeah, the shoulder cannons. I forgot about the shoulder cannons for a moment here. But there's that. And then we'll come back to these little feet. flip out the jet piece, and then we're going to fold down the foot like so. And there you have that piece all done. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Fold this down. And then fold this down as well. And there you have Sentinel Prime all in his freaking, like, his attack mode, which I love, or his battle mode. I love the way this looks. It just looks so beautifully done. Like, they seriously did not have to do this. Oh, wait, I forgot a step. I did forget a step. Excuse me. You are going to want to flip these out. And these are going to expose his leg cannons. I almost forgot about these. Almost forgot about them. Fortunately, I didn't. So, I'll take these, flip them out. And there you have that. There we go. That's the whole package right there. That's the whole John Hamm package. Hooray. So, anyways, there you have Sentinel Prime in his battle mode. And like I said, getting into the final thoughts, I usually don't do this, but I think we've got ourselves another perfect 10 here. I genuinely think we do. Like, there is nothing in here that is screaming bad figure at me at all. The wings fold up proportionately. They look exactly like they did in the movie. The cape folds perfectly. The wings, once again, work out perfectly. The arms, I don't have a hard time dealing with this. Obviously, you're going to compensate a little bit for these wings. But at the same time, the wings are not the figure's biggest flaw. In fact, the biggest flaw of this figure is that I don't feel like it's big enough. I think a leader class might have suited Sentinel Prime a little bit better. Not saying that what they gave us is bad, but what I'm saying is I think a leader class might have suited this figure a little bit better in terms of what they could do with him. So, but I digress. I do appreciate what they gave us here. So the only reason why I'm going to give him this next figure, this next ranking here, is simply because of one thing, and that is that there's almost too much going on here. Okay, take note. I am not saying this is a bad figure. I just think there's a little bit too much going on here, and I feel like things could be maybe not streamlined, but definitely could be maybe organized or managed a little better. But at the same time, with what they gave us, I still can't give. It's still the ranking I'm about to give is not a bad ranking in the slightest. So please do not think that what I'm giving you guys is a bad rank here. So that being said, as a professional reviewer here, I can, in good conscience, give this a 9.5 out of 10, minus the cat hair too. So, but a good 9.5 out of 10. I can give this a good 9.5 out of 10 in good conscience, because the way that the articulation is going, it's perfectly fine for what it's got going. The only thing that I really don't like, and take note, it's not even any massive issue that I personally have. It's a personal issue with this, but the thing that I do not like about it is, of all the colors for a shield, why pink? And take note, I'm not bashing on the figure because of a pink shield. I just don't like the fact that they designed it with a pink shield. They couldn't have given it maybe a little more rustic look kind of deal, but whatever. So, anyways, you do have ports here on the on the shoulders here, so that way you can plug in these shoulder pieces as in shoulder cannons. So, yeah. But anyways, I think a 9.5 is a very, very good ranking for this figure, and I definitely totally do dig the way that this looks. And if you do go check out your local Walmarts and your local Targets and everything of the nature, you can go find this guy. I definitely highly recommend it. So a 9.5 out of 10 it is for this guy. And please do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick with the Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, New York Toy Hunter, Lemon Lime Productions, Kitten Cat 999, Skibbity Jacket, Marvelous Ball. Let's see here. Diego Venezuela, I think he was one of our live stream viewers. And also, let's also do Toaster Tube, or Trooster Tube. Also with, let's also throw in there, let's see. Yeah, I think we're good here. Anyways, this is Thomas Fan One saying do not forget to check them out. And also, please do not forget to check out the review where we do check out these guys, because you guys can definitely get your hands on these if you would like to. Just go check out the link in the description below where I definitely can show you more. You need to watch the video to the end so that way you can understand what's going on. So, anyways, do not forget to check that out. Anyways, this is Thomas Sentinel saying do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.